What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. We have something very special for you today, the first semi-final of the ASKIP HCL French tournament. Tomorrow we will have semi-final number 2 and next Friday we will have the final live here on the channel. Make sure to leave a like if you are hyped, drop any comments down below and obviously subscribe if you haven't already. Town Hall 10 attack coming in to start us off here. A beautiful 3-star with the Hog Riders charging that Queen in from the south. We had Town Halls 9, 10 and 11 in action. No Town Hall 12 for this one. No dip attacks and no siege machine. Who will win this semi-final matchup? We're going to bounce back and forward between the clans, let you show the brilliant attacks that we had on display. So the Queen had charged in at this point. She had taken out the enemy heroes and CC, but she wasn't finished there, using that jump spell and the rage to push her that little bit further forward, take out that Eagle Artillery, and you can see now how we just have the ring of defenses around the top of the base. It's going to be beautiful for the Hog Riders to circle their way right the way around that. We do have Inferno Towers to deal with and nasty areas for giant bombs, but plenty of heal spells left over, as well as the Grand Warden's ability will help these Hog Riders through that area and onto victory. It was a beautiful attack. I'm a big fan of watching the Hog Riders at Town Hall 11, mainly because I'm not very good at doing it myself, so I'm always in awe watching people smashing those bases for the 3 stars. Make sure to let me know your favorite Town Hall 11 attack down in the comments section. We do have some beautiful attacks coming up, guys. Like I said, we're going to flip back and forward between the 2 clans here, find out who made it to the final and who you will be watching live here next Friday. It's going to be epic, guys. Going to be a lot of fun, and we will have the second semi-final tomorrow, like we said. So that is the first attack. Hog Riders done, base 3-starred. Getting into the second attack now by the opponent. What will happen? Again, we're starting off with the Queen Charge in from the south of the base, using the Warden alongside the Queen on this one and the healers. Always a nice technique to do because it just boosts that Queen so much. Always depends on how much value you want her to get. So clearly, we're going to be taking a lot from the Queen in this one. As she charges forward, just notice what the enemy CC does here. As it comes out, it just slowly nudges that Queen a little bit further forward, and I think that might very well be the difference even, in sending the Queen in towards these defenses where we need her, instead of having her walk around the outside. Difficult to tell, guys, but I think she might have very well walked if the clan castle troops hadn't been there to draw her in. Obviously, she is going to take out a few more defenses here, take out the enemy king, but more importantly, create a bit of a funnel for the bowlers, because as they come in, we really want to target this single target Inferno pretty early on. We want to get the bowlers in quick enough in order to protect the Queen. So as she moves over in range of that Inferno Tower, we're going to have to press that ability pretty quickly. Only a few witches on the outside, right over to the east of the base, is needed to create that funnel and ultimately take out the buildings on the outside. And as the bowlers come forward, we're going to use that jump spell not just for the bowlers, but for the Queen to get out of that compartment as well. I really like how that jump spell was used in that manner. And then as we move forward, enemy Queen goes down, jump spell on the center of the base, bowlers push forward. However, the downside at this point is we do not have direct access to the Inferno Tower, and there are no buildings next to it, so it's not like we can use the bowler bounce onto the Inferno Tower either. It's whether we can get in there quick enough in order to take it down. Now, there were multiple Town Hall 11 3-star attacks, guys. I am just showing you a couple of different ones, try and give you a little bit of a picture here as to what happened across the semi-final match. But as you can see, getting down to the end of this attack, the troops start to go down. They're picking off the defenses one by one, but that single target Inferno still stands and it still takes out some of the troops. And as you can see, it just starts picking off bowlers one by one. The Queen stepping up, going to clutch things. Is she? but unfortunately, it is actually going to be a time fail, a 99% 2-star. I think that Inferno might have shredded them heroes anyway. Could that be the deciding factor, missing out on that Town Hall 11 triple? Town Hall 11s aside, check out this amazing work at Town Hall 10. Queen and CC in the center of the base. No splash damage around that area. They are all out of range. You guys might have seen this, but it is pretty special. I have shown it on the channel once or twice before, but as you can see, with no splash damage and that kind of big central compartment with the Queen and the clan castle, a bunch of skeleton spells and a rage spell will take all of that out. It is phenomenal. That is so much. I can't even explain how fantastic in terms of base identification that is. If you're going to do it, you cannot have any splash damage around it, guys, because it will take out the skeletons pretty quick. But at this point, we've got the enemy CC and the Queen down. That's pretty much what you would try and do with a kill squad, and unfortunately this defender, who had them in the middle of the base to try and protect them as much as possible, has actually lost out to them pretty easily. At this point, a couple of troops are going to be able to snipe off a few buildings, allow the King and Queen to do their thing along the bottom here. I really like just them couple of wall breakers. It's enough to allow the Queen in, just to take out a few extra defenses here and basically break this ring, the perimeter of defenses. So you can see now you kind of have that ring of defenses around the outside of the base, look, and the Queen takes down defenses in this area. It just means, again, defense targeting troops such as hog riders or balloons, you can control their pathing so much easier. You can have that circle around a base, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. So in with the balloons, targeting the single target Inferno first. However, we are kind of having to catch up because the air defense are so far away. So haste spells obviously used to get them balloons forward in range of the lava hounds, but we're going to have a few of them. It's not going to be an issue. The balloons then clump together, but we do have to save some spells. Look at all of these archer towers as well as the wizard tower on the back end. That's a lot of damage, guys, and the balloons will have clumped up at that stage. Although we are saving a couple of them for the back end, we really need to save some spells. So a haste spell pushes them over the single target Inferno and then onto that wizard tower. Then they'll kind of split up, if you will, onto the archer towers. So nice work there by the balloons. And again, just brilliant base identification in order to take out the clan castle and the Queen. Drop down in the comments if you loved that one, and make sure to smash a like on the video as well. I really enjoy seeing creative and impressive attacks like that. Just fantastic stuff. And keep it in your toolkit, guys. If you do see a base similar to this, where you can take out some key objectives in the middle, there's no splash damage, it's always an option. I have seen it used a few times to great success, so keep it in the back of your mind. Moving down to Town Hall 9, remember the bulk of these were actually made up of Town Hall 9, then we had I think around about 4 Town Hall 10s and about 5 Town Hall 11s in this war. And I tried to bring a little bit of variety in this video, chop and change between attacks, bring you different strategies, and just bring you a little bit of suspense towards the end here. Which team will make it to the final? We'll do the same tomorrow and obviously live stream that final like we said. In this one though, again, a beautiful kill squad. A couple of golems is used to protect the king, queen and the bowlers as they push forward and take out majority of the base here at the bottom. Just look at the damage and value that they have achieved. Really, we just have defenses along the northern area of this base. We do have the expos, but actually the queen's going to step up and help out as well as the hog riders come through. I mean, once you're at this stage, once you've created that kill squad effectively, you've done the funnel right, you've got them in, taken out the middle of the base, it's very hard to fail at this point. The hog riders are going to move right the way across where we want them to go. The heal spells will be used on them areas where there's giant bombs, where there's splash damage defenses, and really as it comes to the end of it, there's only this Tesla farm which could save the defender. but the attack is so effective that it is indeed going to go down. So many Hog Riders left over, and I really like, again, I state this so many times on the channel, look at how the wizards are already in, they're cleaning up them buildings, the Hog Riders have got the defenses down. Get your wizards in, start cleaning up. You do not want to have a time fail because you haven't got them clean up troops in quick enough. Let's show you one more Town Hall 9 attack. The final attack of the video, and it is another 3-star attack by Les Holmes. They did indeed clear a lot of the board. Town Hall 9, 10, 11, they didn't care. 3 stars were flying in. Onto this one, we have the Queen coming in from the north of the base. Wizard just helping to create that funnel a little bit, just so she goes in the right direction. And you'll see here we have another Lava Loon attack set up. So as she comes down, you can see exactly what we're going for. The enemy Queen, she's standing up in the north. We can take her out here, popping that rage spell in early. Don't wait, guys. Don't let your Queen take a bunch of health and risk it. Just get that rage spell in nice and early. You're going to then be able to take that down effectively and charge exactly where you need to go. Again, you kind of have to take out some key objectives, but you also have to think about pathing for the balloons. So we are taking out some defenses here in order to set up that kind of thinner channel, if you will, where we can use the spells on the balloons. So in comes a golem just to tank for the wizards, create that funnel, and then again, you can take the Electro Dragon at Town Hall 9, but honestly, the bowlers are just so much better. They come in order to help, taking out them defenses, taking out some more key objectives, air defense, enemy CC. We're powering right the way through the base, really just using the Lava Loon on the back end here, not using it as the main brunt of the attack, if you will, because most of it is actually getting taken out by the kill squad. In it comes then as the Lava Hounds cut in from the opposite side of the base. There's different ways to think about this, guys. You can come in from the opposite side of the base, the Lava Hounds will get ahead, but the haste spells can make the balloons catch up. But really, you're trying to come in behind the air sweepers. Even though the Lava Hounds have left, the balloons are vulnerable. Like I said, you can use spells in order to catch up. And ultimately, as the balloons get across to the final side here, there's no wizard towers, anything like that. They're going to crush the rest of this base for another 3-star attack. And this semi-final was, again, a 15 versus 15 war. No Town Hall 12s, no siege machine, no dip attacks. And it was indeed Les Holmes who came out on top, 42 versus 37. Congrats to both teams involved, but you will see them in the final. Who will be their opponents? Make sure to find out tomorrow, guys. And then, like we said, next Friday, the final will be streamed here on the channel. That wraps it up for this one, though. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.